everybody. It's Barb Ryder coming to you from Ypsilanti, Michigan, here in my freshly completed stamp room where I do all my creating. I hope that you have had a great week and that you will enjoy all that I have. Let me make sure that I am happening. And yes, I am. All right, let me see. Got to move a couple things here. Why am I not seeing any comments? There we are. Okay. Hopefully everything will be good. I'm back in the with my router. I'm not just what do you call it? I can't think. Anyway, I can't think of the word. That's silly. Time change. Oh my gosh, you guys, forward an hour, we lose that hour of sleep, and I'm feeling it today. I'm going to really feel it tomorrow. How about you guys? Okay, so I think I got it. I'm seeing some Wi-Fi. Thank you, Nancy. I'm sure glad I got friends that can read my mind, can help me out. Oh gosh. All right, well, as everybody's joining, let me know that you're here. I hope that you'll enjoy the projects. I'm going to put my little phone up here so I can see what's happening. That the projects that we have, we're using things from the annual catalog. One of the things is an online exclusive, but this is a stamp set that or actually a whole suite. It comes in a big, it's called a mega suite because there's two different bundles that are with that. But it's one of those bundles, and it's flowers. Just tell you, it's flowers. You guys know I like flowers. All right, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and if you're watching the replay, let me know that. I appreciate you being here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn down the camera. Let me just see here. I want to see one quick thing. Okay, cool. I'm just when I look at the Facebook, it's lagging quite a bit, and so that's what I was just looking at. Anyway, here we go. Turning down the camera, guys. So there we go. Let's see here. I want to, looking at my my phone, I want to see how bright it is for you. But this is what we're using. We're using the Gallery Blooms and Beautiful Motifs. And this is a big suite that is in the annual catalog. And if you haven't found it by now, I'm going to find the page, and maybe you're watching for the very first time and never seen this. So in the annual catalog, we have starting on page 53, lots of examples using this whole big suite. In the catalogs, whether it's a mini catalog or if it's an annual catalog, you will see one number that'll give you everything in the suite. And then when I turn the page, this is everything in the suite. These two bundles, the paper, the folder, the gems, the ribbon, all the things. That's what the one number is. Then when you look down here on the page, you can see that each thing is just individual. So you can get everything individually. So that might be stuff that you've known before, but I just thought I would share that in case someone's watching for the first time and not realizing how Stampin' Up! Does their products. So we're going to be using both of these bundles today. Let me move this out of the way. I've already pulled my stamps, what I'm going to be using, so I'm going to take these and just move them out of the way. Maybe I could just show in person. There are two well, they won't come this way anymore, okay? Our new packaging has them different. But there's a lot of dies that are in this bundle, and I like to keep them with my stamp case with the stamps. And then this other one, this has, like I said, I keep my dies with my case. This one I put on a magnetic sheet, but there are dies here and stamps. These have all the words. These are just the images. Okay? All right, moving those out of the way. Let me go ahead, and you know what I'm missing? I am missing some paper, to scrap paper. So 1 second. I'm getting used to where I have stuff here. Hold on. Okay, 1 second. Just have to grab my paper over here in case I need some. There. I think I will, so that's why I had to jump up and get that. Okay. How do you guys? It looks like the lighting is okay. What do you guys think? Is the lighting seem to be okay? Because I changed it up a little bit on how once I brought all my things back in my room. Yeah. So, all right. Okay. Let's grab what we are going to use first. We're going to be using our Memento Black. And this is a cool technique. You might have seen it before, but I'm going to add a couple little things that maybe you haven't done in a while, okay? Let's see what else I need here. Let's go ahead and just grab my little silicone mat, and I can use that on here because it'll give me a little bit. Lighting is nice. Okay, thanks, Nancy. I just want to, I'm just trying to get a sense of how I have it set up here. All right, so here's what we got. We are going to be using Pretty in Pink, and that is a color that will be, I believe that's, yeah, one of the colors that's retiring again from the In Colors. Every year we get 5 new colors, and this year we are getting some new magnetic pads. Well, magnetic closing, put it that way. So, new things coming, waiting to see what it's all about. But for now, Pretty in Pink will be heading out the door come the end of April. So if that's a color you want to keep in your stash, make sure you get it. Make sure you get, we've got the pads, we've got the blends, all the things. Paper, ribbon, all the things. Okay. So what we're going to do, this is kind of a scrap piece of black that we're going to be using. And this is our card base, 8.5 by 5.5, just scored at 4 1/4. Set that aside. We are going to, and this is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. We're going to do a little bit of masking, okay? Masking is something that, I don't know. I don't do it enough, I guess. I think it's a pretty cool technique. But we're going to start out right in the middle of the page with our Memento Black. And I'm going to just ink this up this way just so I can see that I have it nice and covered. It's kind of a corner stamp, so that's why I wanted to make sure it's all inked up there. Okay, I'm going to start out and I'm going to stamp this right in the middle of my 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so we're going to stamp that down just like that. Now, if you have never done a mask, you would take this. I would ink, I'm not going to re-ink it. You can, but on the sticky part of your note, I would stamp this down so that you get an image like that, and then cut it out. Now we have masking paper also. You can do the exact same thing, except the whole thing is sticky with masking paper. I've already done that, and I've already fussy cut that out, so you don't have to watch me do that. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, now you could be brave, and let me just see how easy that, I didn't try this beforehand. I did not pre-make one of these. I know what I have it in my mind, like I do half of the time. I don't know if this will work. Let's see, what if we went this way? Now I'm going to get my head right up in here because I could probably stamp that and get away with just a tad overlapping, but I'm going to go ahead and put my mask down, and I'm going to go to the right first. So, and you'll notice that you can still see some of the black lines around my, I cut right into the line. When I do the masking, I cut right into the line because I want it to go right, match right up. Like it's going to be behind this piece here. All right, so I'm already inked up. So now I'm going to take this, going to overlap a little bit and stamp that one. Okay. So what happens is when I remove that, see how that looks like it's just right behind the other and just a nice flow? That's what you want. All right, so now we're going to go on the other side. Let's put this down, the mask, like so. And then let's ink this up again. So you could just stamp one of these. You could even die cut it, that kind of thing. I'm going to do this the opposite way on this one and kind of go like this and stamp. All right. I'm just pushing this down hard because I want to make sure that I'm over top of the masking. Hello everybody, I see several more have joined and thank you for being here. That one's kind of going down a little bit, but look how pretty that is, just a straight across. But I'm not done because we have another little stamp that's in this group and we're going to use that one and we're going to do a little fill in here. This one, let's see, this one's small enough. I'm going to just ink it up like this. Make sure it's inked up good. And I am just going to bring this so that it kind of comes off the top. So it looks like there's some flowers behind again. And I'm going to just do this a few spots. Let's see, let me get that back on here. Well, let's see, maybe I need to go a little farther. Let's turn this around. How many of you have done the masking before? I'd be interested to know if this is a technique that you've done much or not at all. Okay, let's go here. I think I'm going to bring this right like that. And take a look. Beautiful. Let's see here. Do I need one more? I think I need one more. Kind of do things in threes, right? I think I'm going to still hang out right over here on this middle section. And I'm going to bring it down below. Coming off the bottom. Kind of right here. Okay. Let's see. Let's do that. Oh, that just stuck right on there. Well, that's okay. All right, so here's what we got. I think that's good. That's where we're going. All right, so the next thing I need is, where is my sentiment that I was going to use? Maybe I didn't put that one on I don't think I put that one on a block. Maybe I wasn't sure what I was going to do. That's probably why. All right, so for now, we're done with the black. We're going to put this aside for a moment. Grab my cleaner here. Hello, everybody that's joining. Thank you for being here with me. I just shared a little bit on this masking technique. The next thing I'm going to do is actually do a little coloring, okay? So we are going to go with the Pretty in Pink. All right, so I've got my blends are right here in front of me. And I thought about adding some daffodil. Let me grab a piece of daffodil paper right here, which I don't think I have one cut, but let's see. Here, let's go with Lemon Lolly. I think that might work. Yeah, let's go with Lemon Lolly. I just want a yellow. So I'm going to pull my Lemon Lolly and we're going to do pink on the roses, okay? No, I think I'm going to do yellow on those. So let's start out. We're going to do a little bit of the yellow, Lemon Lolly, okay? Let's see, who else is in? Who else has joined? Wonderful. Thanks for being here, guys. So I'm going to start out with the dark, and I'm just going to do a little bit of the dark right at the bottom of these the roses, maybe at the tip on a, just a, I'm going to get a couple different hues of the yellow on here. So let's do this. Let's go there. We're going to have variation because roses actually, they do have a little variation in their color. Let's do that. Here's a little bit there. Let's do that. All right. That's the darker of the there's a light and a dark with the blends. And then this is the light. We're just gonna, and it's pretty light. So it's not too heavy on the color. But it definitely looks yellow. We'll bring it up close and show you. And all I'm doing is coloring right over where it's dark and just giving myself two tones of the yellow there. So I'm going to bring it up. Hopefully you'll be able to see the two tones. Can you see the two tones of the yellow? There you go. All right. Now let's go with the pink. This is, like I said, pretty in pink. Now you could go with another color in here to do a little bit darker. Not sure what I'm going to do in the centers yet, but I do want the flowers to be, the petals to be pink. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use the brush tip end because it does a faster coloring. And all I'm doing is kind of following these lines that are in already in the stamp itself, to give that darkness in the part of the petals. Okay, here we go. And so the main technique here that I shared, if you're just joining, thanks for being here. I am sharing, I shared masking, how to do some masking. And then I've got an easy old-time, oldie but goodie technique that just kind of helps with some dimension. Okay? All right, so there is the dark pretty in pink. Now I'm going to go with the light and just color the rest of the petals here. Maybe just leaving a little bit pieces of white here and there. I don't know. So just a super easy, fast coloring, nothing real fancy. Just kind of following the way of the petals. Okay, almost. Then we've got some green. Can you guys, what green should I use? One of the Shy Shamrock will be leaving us. That's another green. I was thinking that maybe this is kind of pretty and bright. Maybe Granny Apple Green for the leaves. Of course, we've got our standby of Old Olive. What green should I use for the leaves? Just trying to make sure I'm hitting all the petals and the flowers here. And there. Okay, all right, got all that. Now I'm going to go back with the dark again and just really pull a little more dark and get a little more dark contrast. That's the right word. Whew, words are hard tonight. Lighting is hi Jackie. I was just looking at the comments popping up in the feed there. What color green would be good for the leaves, you guys? Help me out with that. I just know what I wanted to do. I didn't choose beforehand. So I'm going to bring this up closer so you can see the definite, see how there's the two-tone in there? All right, so for the green, Shy Shamrock actually is it's a pretty bright green. Let's see, Old Olive, Granny Apple. How about Granny Apple, I guess? Haven't had anybody suggest, so I'm going to go ahead and grab Granny Apple, and let's put these blends up over out of the way. I'm going to go with Granny Apple. So I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm going to use, because I'm working in a smaller space, I'm going to use the more of the bullet tip of the green of the blends. Let's see, there is a leaf. I'm like looking to make sure I'm hitting the leaves the right way, that I didn't miss yet any of the petals. And then we're going to go back and put some light Granny Apple in here. That's the color of the green. It's called Granny Apple Green. Okay. All right, so this is the boring part, watching me color, you guys. But it is a part that we had to do, okay, to make this card gorgeous. Get a little more dark in there before we add the light. All right. I think I'm going to take a different green. There's a little bit of the tips on these, the roses, the yellow roses there. So I'm going to get a different green for that. But this one is the light Granny Apple. And so let's get that colored in. I feel like this one is, I'm going to use the other end because it feels like that end is getting used up. Like it, and this one actually, the tip of the marker actually is almost used up. It's bent, like it's been used. All right, almost done, almost done. A little bit there and there and there and there. And this is the hardest part of the card. The masking was super easy, right? It was it's the coloring that took the minute. And I see it after you color a little bit, you can see if you missed any spots. I think that's just an opening right there. I thought that might be a petal, and I actually think it is a petal. So I'm gonna pull my light pink. Hi, Diana. I'm gonna pull my light, and I'm just gonna color that in. Color that in. Okay. All right. Last but not least, like I said, we need another green. So I'm gonna go with a darker green. I'm gonna grab the, well, this is shaded spruce. I think I'll go with shaded spruce. It's a little different, but I think we'll just go with shaded spruce on the little stems of the roses here. Okay, it's not much, because this one I think that one is supposed to be for the, I don't know if it's supposed to be for the roses or not, but there we go. You can't really tell much difference. I guess I could have used the same color, right? Okay, so here's what we have. Now, the one thing I'm not clear on is the centers, but I'm thinking I might do them yellow also, but I am going to make them a little brighter yellow. I'm going to use light daffodil. All right, so light daffodil, and we're going to color the centers in light daffodil, just the one color. Gorgeous. Now here's another fun thing that you can do when you are creating to give a little more dimension, I guess, and that is this is the light basic black. You can use whatever color you want, but there's two ways you could do splatting, I guess. Splat your project. You can see the inside of my cap, and that you can splat like this, and that's what I usually will do. So you just take the tip and you lightly flick, and it gives a speckling that is so awesome. Okay, love it. And that's it. All right, but yeah, keep a basic black just for splatting. That would be the right word to say. Oh, I got some on my yellow, but that's all right. We can use this side. All right, so the next thing we're doing, we've done all this beauty, all the beautiful things, but the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do ripping. And I've done this before in some of the techniques, but we are going to do it today. So I'm going to be very particular, or very, intentional was the right word. And I am going to, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to, and I always want to have the feathery look toward that's on the outside. And what I mean by that, see how that has like a feathery look right here? That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to just rip, and I'm not going to rip into my stamping, but I am going to give it a little bit of character back in, like that. And then here, I'm just going to take off a little bit here. Okay, so there's what we have. This is so pretty. All right, the next thing we're going to do, I'm not really sure. Should I use yellow next? Or should I use black? I think I should use, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I use yellow then black, or should I just use black? I think I'm going to go with black. So, I'm looking for my cutter. Let me grab my cutter. And I need to cut this down to 5 1/4. I don't want black on the sides. This is 5 1/4, and I need to cut this to 5 1/4. Oh, which way? 5 1/4 this way. All right. Right here. Okay, 5 1/4 is right 5 1/4. All I need to do is a little sliver here. I'm doing it sideways. Okay, so there's that. 5 1/4. And I think I have to have this at 5 1/4. Like I said, guys, I did not create this prior to coming live. So I need this at 5 1/4 right there. Just like that. Okay. So we're going to do the yellow first. I decided the yellow, then the black. All right. So let me go ahead and add this to our yellow, which is Lemon Lolly, which is the lighter color of our yellows. So I'm going to put this in the middle so I have room to rip. We're going to do ripping again. See how pretty that is? All right, and all I want to do is kind of follow my character here and just have a little bit of the yellow. Let's see, so just ripping that right along, kind of controlled ripping. This isn't a technique to take your anger out and do it crazy, right? Okay, so there's our little bit of yellow, and last but not least, we are going to put this onto the black. Okay, so let's go and get this down, just like that. Hello everybody that's joining. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to do a little bit of ripping, but I need a little bit of space to rip. So let's give myself some extra on there. All right, last but not least, we're going to just bring that last layer. And again, I'm just kind of following what I've already done, getting a little bit of a character in the ripping. Okay. All right. Hi, Carol. Hi, Jan. Thank you guys for being here for a minute or two, or however long you stay. All right, so here's what we have, right? Pretty, pretty. Next is we are going to bring this right in here. Look at this, you guys. How pretty is that? All those colors kind of combined. So, last but not least, I did bring over this bubble bath ribbon. I thought, I wonder if I could do something with that. And then the other part that I need to do is I need to stamp a sentiment. So I think I'm using, where's my stamps? Right here. This one kind of looks like maybe a celebrate. Maybe we could do a celebrate right up in here somewhere, maybe right there or right here. Or just a note or hello. How about hello? Hello's easy. Let's do that. It can be for any type of anything. So there's the word hello. Let me grab a little block here. So we're going to do the word hello. Black. I need my basic black again right here, which is memento actually. And I don't think I had a piece of, where's the piece? I think I threw away my white. One second for the white. We need the white. So I have these strips and we're gonna use a strip of white for our hello right there. A little high, so I want it in the middle more, Barb. I guess I can stamp it here since there's a ripped edge there, and that's what I was going to do anyway because we want this to kind of match the whole flow. There, and then let's just rip that here, and let me see, come around here, and pinch that off. Okay, there's my hello. All right, let's do this before I get myself covered in black ink. Don't want that. All right. So let's grab a couple dimensionals. I'm going to grab the minis because that works pretty good. And the small ones. So just need a couple of those. Hello, hello. Hi, Sue. You like the layers? Thank you. I think they're fun. So let's see. We could do. What about? So come back over here in the limelight. I mean we could do hello up here. Here. I think it looks best right there. I don't know. Do you guys think it needs any ribbon? We could just do a little bow. So let's see. I don't know. I don't think it needs the bow. I don't think we're going to use the ribbon. I had it here in case I wanted to, but I decided I did not want to. So let's take the hello, and I'm going to grab some gems, and I think I know which ones I want to use. Let's see. I think that I should go there. Should it go here? Maybe up here? I think it fits right here. We're going to go hello right here. Just like that. And then as far as the gems, let's see. Now, we've got our strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. That could work. Then we've got some of these yellow ones here. I think maybe those yellow ones might be really pretty. What do you think? Low profile. So should I use pink or yellow on the gems? Tell me what you think on the gems. Let's see. Pink or yellow? I'm watching for pink or yellow. That's okay, Sue. I'm glad that you're here. Pink, the pink or the yellow? Whoops, my light's glaring. There you go. For the gems, what do you think? Pink or yellow? We're gonna wait and see. So while you guys are telling me pink or yellow, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this onto the card base. And then, you know what? I was thinking, I do have, we're gonna put this right here. I almost feel like I don't want that edge on this, I don't know, or I think, yeah, we'll center it. I'm just trying to make up my mind here, you know. All right, just like that. Okay, so there's our card. That's what we have so far. We're waiting on pink or yellow. I have one yellow, one pink. Hi, Jackie. 2 pinks. All right. Okay, because the yellow is a little bit brighter, whoops, than the yellow we have. And I dropped my pink, so let me grab them here. Ugh. Let's see. Let's pull these out. But here's the fun part. In the strawberry slush, you've got a variation in color. You've got the darker, medium, and then you've got the actually clear with some gold specks in there. Pink, pink, pink. All right, pink wins. All right, here's some pink. I've got the pink ones. And then I think the medium pink is what's going to look the best. So let's go for it. So here is a large pink and a small pink. Okay. Let's go there. Let's grab here this one. Let's just come right there. All right, there is card number 1. What do you guys think? I think the pink was the best choice, guys. Thanks for helping me out there. So, masking technique and ripping. That's what this card is all about. Let's finish the inside. Let me get these out of the way. And I have that for the inside. So, let's pull this back over here. This guy. Let's pull this back in here. This is our inside. We're gonna do a quick stamping on the inside, okay? We're gonna go with this full rose that we put on the front, and let's just go right there. Put that on the inside. And we will grab, I remember, let's see, I went with the light shaded spruce. So now we get to see the full leaf with this one. Okay, that's the light shaded spruce. Here's the dark. I'm gonna put a little bit of dark in here. Okay, just like that. And let's go with our yellows. So let's go with the light first. I'm just going to color the whole rose in light. And this is Lemon Lolly. Then let's grab the darker one and let's just put in a little bit of the dark and give it some contrast in a couple. Just like that. Ta-da! That's our inside of our card, and I'll wash that in a moment. Okay. And just like that, we have card number 1. Whoops, get this kind of a little more even there, Barb. Here we go. All right. So pretty. Thank you. Glad you guys like it. I didn't use any designer paper to do the fun stuff on here, but you could stamp on here. The only thing is if you're going to color on your envelopes, make sure that you have something inside so that it doesn't go bleed from the front to the back. That can happen when you're coloring with the blends. Okay? All right, card number 1. Now, this last week, the next card I'm going to make is using, again, stuff from the annual catalog. And it is somebody's favorite paper that's watching. And it happens to be a dear friend, longtime years friend, that suddenly passed away last Tuesday, and it was a shock. So I'm making this card kind of in memory of her, because her name was Violet, and purple violet was her favorite color. So we are going to make a card with our paper that is called Perennial Lavender paper. I've got it in my little folder here. We're going to be using that. All right, we are going to be using Memento again. Now I have some different stamps I'm going to be using, so let me pull these out of the way. And we are going to use this one and that one. Okay. This technique is using the hexagon punch, and it's a super cute layout, easy layout. So let's grab these. So the first thing is I've already cut a piece of the designer paper, and we're going to go ahead and do the envelope first. And so when you do the envelopes, make sure that you have your adhesive right to the edge so that it won't come up in the mailing process. And let's go here. Okay. All right, and let's go right here. And this is 1.5 inches. Because I have some envelopes that have a shorter. Stampin' Up! Envelopes have a longer fold over than the ones that I've been using. Because I do provide all the envelopes for my classes, and with the cost of everything that went up, especially the envelopes, this is just the most economical way that I can continue to provide envelopes for all of my classes. And yeah, so this one takes 1.5 inches by 6. That's what you need when you're doing your envelopes with me. So there's that. There's our envelope. Let's throw this out of the way. Okay. And so what we have is, I said we use the hexagon punch. So I've punched out 3 white hexagons. Okay, and then I've cut 4 by 5 1/4. This is our base that's going to go on the front of our card. All right, just like that. Thanks for being here, you guys. And if you're watching this on the replay, let me know. If you're watching the YouTube channel, thank you for checking it out, because this video does disappear on Facebook after 30 days. So I have these on my channel if you want to go back and recreate. All right, so what we have is we're going to stamp on 2 of these, and we're going to be using the Memento again. So let me ink this stamp up. And again, I think I'm going to go this way with my ink pad so that I can see that everything is covered. Just noisy. All right, so let's get this one like right there. So I'm going to do 2 with this stamp. And then I have a die cut from the dies in the bundle. And this is from the Beautiful Motif bundle. And we're using this die right here. Okay? So, there's that. All right, let's stamp the second one that we need here. And we'll just do a little, let's go this way with this one a little bit. There we go. All right, so we've got that stamping done. And then the word I'm using is thinking of you. And again, I am in need of that strip of paper here. And thinking of you with the black. This will be a card I'm sending to the family of Violet. And yeah, what a hard time when you lose someone so unexpectedly. Just a shock. It's always just a shock. All right, thanks guys. I'm glad you liked that other card. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna I'm right-handed, so I'm going to come over here and to the right and just cut this a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, so the fun technique on here is just this really cool layout. And then I'm going to show you how to change the color on this die cut. So what we're doing is we're going to use our blends once again. And this one, I'm using the colors in the designer paper. So I am using light Pretty Peacock, and I am using the dark and the light Highland Heather for the purple flowers. I know these aren't violets, but they kind of look like violets, and so that's why I chose this one. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to color with the light first, and I'm just going to color everything light and then just come back with the dark, and I'll fill in the dark in spots. I'm just trying to see where my leaves are compared to, well, I don't think there's any leaves up in this little section. I think it's all blooms, so they're just some smaller blooms than others, so it's hard to tell. Okay, so there's that one, and let's get this one. Okay, fill that all in. So today was a coloring day. I don't spend a lot of time doing coloring in my lives, but I just thought I wanted to share just coloring. I like coloring, but I don't want you guys to be just bored with watching me color too much, but sometimes it just warrants that we need to color, right? And all I'm doing is kind of dotting in some dark. I don't want to, just so that there's a little bit of contrast in there. Not too much. Okay, so there's that. All right, so this is the light peacock. Why? Okay, let's see. Let's do the light and see what I guess it's, yeah. All right, well, let's do this, and then we'll do there's some lines in these leaves, and we will come back with the dark. So this is really pretty, actually. This Pretty Peacock is a nice, pretty color with this, with the leaves. Okay, nice. That's the light. Let me grab the dark. Oh, this. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see it. Can you see there? You might be able to see that it got jammed in here and separated. So I guess I'll use this side. Okay, there we go. And all we're doing is just bringing, where those lines are, just giving a little depth into the leaves with the filling in the lines with a little bit of dark peacock. Okay, there we go. So Pretty Peacock. Yeah. All right, there are our two side pieces. And then on the middle piece, so these are going to go over here. And it's all going to just blend so nicely. See if I can bring it up here so you can see it as I am doing the rest. So what we're going to do here is we are going to, here's the die piece. Now I have, and I need the light, I'm going to use the light peacock. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to actually color the stems with the blend, okay? So you could use whatever color ink or, whatever color light paper, but this is basic beige, so it wasn't stark white. I guess I could have done stark, the white, and then I wouldn't have to do the technique with the white ink, but I didn't think about that. I don't know why I didn't. I think I already had this one cut is why this one was already cut. Okay, so here's what I've done. I'm just going to come up just a tad with the light Pretty Peacock. All right, I'm going to cut off some of this bottom, but just so you can see, there's what we have. Now, this doesn't look quite like white, so I definitely am going to be using the white ink. And there's a spot here where I didn't get it. There, right there. Is this the dark or the light? Yeah, see, when you come back in and you go over it again, it gives it a little bit dark, you know, it's a little bit darker. So, all right, so there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white ink pad and my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to get the white, and I am going to put white on this basic beige. Now here's another thing you could do. You could take your little guy, your little piece, and then you could lay it in the pad. Can you see what I'm doing here? And then you can just tap this in, and that makes it white. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference in the beige and the white? See how easy that is? So there's one way, and I think I'm going to do that because it works pretty easy. So I'm going to lay this down so that I'm not getting the white all over my the green that I already have on there. So, or it's peacock is the color. There we go. Perfect. And then take this other one. Now sometimes it might not always work that you have it's this easy. And if that's the case, then you just get it on your dauber and then you just daub onto the flowers, okay? I'm actually going to go back and pull up, there's a lot of ink on those tips. And having this beige kind of behind it actually looks really good. It's hard to see by camera. I just, it's so hard sometimes with camera. Now, if you wanted them super stark white, then you would want to cut this out of white and then go like that. But look, when I put this against this, look at, you can really see it stand out, and that is what I want right there, okay? So that's what I want. So I'm going to cut this off at the edge here, just like that, because I don't need that piece. And let's see, let's go ahead. I'm going to push this down, get some of that white off. I'm going to put a couple dots of the liquid glue right here, and then, you know, on these tiny little leaves. So, there we go. Dot, dot, dot. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And let's pick this up and put this right here, because that's going to go like that. Come on, Barb. There we go. All right. There's that. Let me get a little glue off my fingers here. All right. That's what we have. See how the little bit of contrast? So it's not white on white. It looks really good. Okay, let's put this together. We have Thinking of You. I do think I'm going to grab some linen thread for this one, maybe, if I can find my linen thread. There you go. I think we need some linen thread on this one. All right, so these guys, they're going to go down flat onto our card. But this is a way to use your punches and just create something fun with the punch designs instead of always using the die cuts. Okay, and then this one is going to kind of go right over here. Okay, just like that. And then let's pop up this one. Now you could go even heavier with going around the edges with the purple, you know, sponging around the edges, but this paper, you can see the paper nicely, so I wanted to I didn't really want to do that, I guess. The white looks really nice against this paper is what I guess I'm getting at. Just like that. All right. And put this in the middle. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh. I want to make sure the butterfly shows. I'm going to bring it down a sliver. No, I need to bring it up a little. I want to bring it up even. It looks better. Here we go. All right. Look at it. Isn't that pretty? All right, we're not done. We got a couple things here. Let's see. Wonder if I can get some, let's see if I can get some twine right behind here. Straighten this out a little bit and get a big loopy bow here. All right, almost done, you guys. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate your time. This is our last card that I'm working on. Just want to give a little reminder that the blessing box for this month is going to be using, let me grab it behind me in a second here. It's called Scallop Wishes. So if that's a set that you don't have, you'll want to get that ordered, and then you'll have it. You can also order it through me. I know a lot of you are demonstrators that watch, but you can purchase all the products through me if you do not have a demonstrator. The blessing box will have other items in there that you'll be able to create some fun cards. I don't have them completed yet, so once I have them done, I'll have a little video on my YouTube channel and probably, you know, post it on here so that you guys can see what the blessing box will be, the cards. Okay, just trying to get my loopy bow here because I'm going to take this and I'm going to just put that behind like that. Maybe I don't know if I like that or not. You know what? I tied this a different way and I can't pull this string to make my loop smaller. I don't know why I did it. I did it that way. Darn, hold on here. Goodness, come on. There we go. There, I got it done. I don't know why. I did this different. I tied this different than I normally do, and I'm like, I don't know why I did that. Did you guys have a nice weather today? It was sunshine. It was really pretty here. It was a little chilly. Tomorrow is supposed to be like almost 70 here in Michigan. Is that crazy or what? For March. But that's what Michigan does, you know. 1 minute it's one way and 1 minute it's you know, wait 5-10 minutes and it's different. Okay, there we go. Now I can pull these, make them different, a little different. They just weren't moving for me. Okay, now I'm going to get a mini glue dot, and I'm going to put this down, and get this here. Okay, I thought I was going to. Get this mini glue dot. There we go. All right. Come on there. Alrighty. Gosh, I don't know what is happening. Struggles bus here. Alright, so this is going to go down just like that. Okay. And then I need some dimensionals here, so I guess the big ones will work. A couple big ones. Let's go here and here. And we're almost done. I'm going to put this down right there. Okay. All right. Last but not least, I got to cut off a little bit of these strings because they're just hanging out a little too long over the edge. Right at the edge. There we go. Okay. Now, I guess what do you guys think? Should I add some gems in here? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just another way to use your punches, creating focal points, right? Move this out of the way and move this out of the way. Let's see. Pretty cloudy. The temp was close to 60. Yeah, it was nice, but I mean the sun was deceiving here. You got outside and the wind was a little bit chilly. Let me grab some gems to see what kind of gems we need with this. You can't see this linen thread kind of the way I was hoping, but it's still all right. It's there. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, it was a shock. It was just a shock. Anyway, you know, the one thing that I guess I should tell everybody since you're listening to me is that this looks like it has pretty, these look like, I don't know if they're pretty peacock or maybe they're too sparkly. I think they're too sparkly for what I want to send it for. Let me grab something else. How about some pearls? They're awful tiny though. Oh, I know what. Here, these guys would work good right here. But anyway, I know I've probably said this before, but Wink of Stella, where should I put Wink of Stella? Jackie, where should I put Wink of Stella? Like on the coloring? I didn't even think of Miss Wink of Stella. She never comes up in my mind half of the time. But I'm going to grab the white ones out of here. Add some sparkle, Diana. Okay, now you guys are, it's making sense. Okay, let me grab Wink of Stella. So maybe we won't need to put these in because it's pretty busy background. You're right. You're right. I think Wink of Stella, I think Stella has made her appearance. And we are going to put this here. Yep. Okay, good idea. Thank you, guys. That's why I need you on here with me to help me out. Get my little creativity mind going here. Oh, yeah, that works. That works. Nice. Now, I'm not sure if I can do this on here. I don't know that this white is dry yet, and I don't know how it would work on my white. But I think I'll take Wink of Stella. There are butterflies in here. I'm going to color the butterflies with Wink of Stella. And we're not going to do any gems. I think the butterflies and the Wink of Stella is the trick. Thanks, girls. What would I do without ya? There's a little one right here. Awesome. All right. Let me see. I don't know if you're going to be can you see the sparkle? I don't know. But yep, I can see on my end I can see the sparkle. I just did the flowers. I didn't do the leaves. I don't think I should do the leaves. Nice. Good idea. I like it. Okay, so let me just finish my statement. This was a shock. No health issues, nothing. All of a sudden, Tuesday morning, she's up. My friend is up. And then she's gone, just like that, from a heart attack. You never know the day or hour, you guys. I just want you to be ready. Just be ready. I know that I will see Violet again someday. So, yes, the butterflies worked out really good, Jackie. Okay, beautiful. Here I have the envelope with this one because we have some designer paper with this one, right? And then our other gorgeous card that we did is with the technique of ripping, excuse me, And let me just see if I can come in here, see if I can bring this closer so you guys can see it a little better. How about that? The two cards. So pretty. Thank you for being here. I'm so blessed to have you guys on my channel with me here. Give me the thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching. If you like the projects, I hope that you'll do them yourself, make them. Excuse me. Try the techniques. But a little fancy work there. So that's what I have for you tonight. I can turn this up and say good night. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and come up here and say hello, and just say you guys have a fabulous week. I appreciate you being here watching the video, and there's all kinds of fun stuff coming with Stampin' Up. If there's any questions you have, anything that you need, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Otherwise, have a fabulous rest of your week. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.